Jay Gruden, head coach of the Washington Redskins, when asked about Kirk Cousins, this is what he said. He said, "It's hard to say. Wow, this guy was really outstanding. Kirk had his flashes where he was really good, but from a consistent standpoint, we were 7-9. As far as getting us over the hump, he competed." Kevin, what does Jay really want to have happen with Kirk Cousins in the offseason?
I think Jay wants the team to commit if they're going to commit, and if they're not, do the shit now and get it over with. And I think he said what he needed to say without picking sides, because whether or not Captain Kirk stays, he's still head coach. So, I think based on their options, as Les and I so eloquently debated on our other program, the Skins could either apply the transition tag, which is $28 million next year, or the franchise tag for $34 million, which in the transition tag will still allow him to go search for other opportunities, but the Skins would have to match it. So in my eyes, I think he said what he needed to say for the organization to commit to him, because that's what they should do. But if they don't, he still has to deal with management. So.
I agree with Kev. As a wise man once told me, either do it or don't. I got somewhere to be. That's Marlo.
Marlo says it. It means something.
Oh my God. Do it or don't.
I think there's a hidden message in here, though, because although yes, he was complimentary of Kirk Cousins.
He's hedging his bets.
Yeah, I don't know if he's hedging his bets. I think maybe what he's telling the organization is he's not worth the money. I think that's what he's saying.
Kenyon, guess what? It's too fucking late because they didn't spend 53 already.
Whatever, but if you're in a hole, stop digging. When he says,
that's why it's do it or don't. That's why
when he says as far as getting us over the hump, he competed. That to me says he's not a difference maker. Don't go breaking the bank for this guy, because then you're going to handicap me in other positions on the field. I feel like
the alternative is what, though?
Thank you. That was what I was about
to say. He feels very good about Colt McCoy.
Or sign him,
regardless of how we feel about it. He feels great about. He feels
his
great.
Will be on another team just like Kirk Cousins.
Well, if your head coach calls you good and not great, because that's basically what he said.
That's basically what he said.
He said he's good, and the problem is, though, it's still fucking Colt McCoy.
Yeah,
regardless of it's Colt McCoy.
You look at Colt McCoy. Well, here's the thing, though. But you're talking about a season where we've seen the Case Keenum. We've seen come on, give me the quarterbacks.
But I think
Blake Bortles to a lesser extent. Colt McCoy, when he did fill in for Kirk Cousins 2 years ago, played really well. But
he also understands the fact that, okay, if you're going to sign this guy, just sign him, because we don't need that as a distraction.
That's another distraction
anymore.
I need him to be all in.
So it's more on. Like, if he's my quarterback, I will fucking deal with it.
Yep.
But let's make him the quarterback, or let's do something else.
The most important.
We can't have an NFL franchise and keep doing what we're doing.
And a fucked up name.
Kev.
Put everything else around.
But I think, but not unless he's saying that in his mind, Colt McCoy and him are basically the same guy. When you say from a consistent standpoint, we were 7-9. That's what good gets you. Good gets you.
That's not Cousins' fault that they were 7-9.
Well, but what good gets you is that if a few breaks go our way, a couple of injuries, or if we're relatively healthy, we go 9-7. If things don't go our way, which they did have some injuries, I mean, you can book Jordan Reed every year for injuries. They didn't have a running back, and they went 7-9. Yeah. So
remember last year when before the season started, and we talked about it, like when they got rid of all the playmakers, and it's like, are they doing that for Cousins? To say, hey,
Pierre Garçon going.